Hey guys, I am back. This is my review for Married to Medicine, season 10, episode 5. And they call this episode the Resurrection Rejection. Let me say this. I really do not like the direction that this show is taking. It's starting to become very much like stunts and shows and tricks and theatrics. And that's not what we watch Married to Medicine for. Yes, we like the drama, but we don't need to do the things that what you might see over there on Real Housewives of whatever the franchise is. Phaedra, coming from Real Housewives of Atlanta, put on over the top events, whether she did it for her sons or a birthday party. She would do the extra, and it's okay if it just makes sense. What she's doing, and it makes sense. Well, let me back up. It makes sense to do the theatrics the way she does for our boys or for our own birthday parties. That's fine. This episode on Married to Medicine, the planning of this so-called resurrection, the rise of the Phoenix, and all of that to try to get Quad to hopefully make amends with the ladies in the group by staging this whole thing at Willy Wonka's funeral. It just was, no. I really didn't care for that. It just took away from the show. But we're going to work on what we got. I still like the show. I still think it's a lot to talk about. Yes, it's lighthearted, but I just don't really care for it. It cheapens it. I'm just going to say, well, it just cheapens the authenticity of the show. So before we get into, I'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's start talking about Simone, Cecil, and Miles. Miles is the oldest son. He is 25, I think. He's 25 years old, and yet he's still in college. Okay, he went to Howard for, I guess, a semester or two, came back home, took some time off, I think a year maybe, then decided to go to, I think he goes to Georgia State University. And I don't know if he's going to change majors. I don't know what's going on, but he hasn't graduated yet. And Simone is trying, again, like I spoke last week, I'll say it again this week. She's trying to fast track, trying to figure out what's going on. Since the age of 18, you have been in college, and now you're 25 years old, and we're with a year off, okay, I think a year or two, okay? We need to get some kind of clarity on when the finish line is coming. Are you graduating next May? Can you confirm that? What's going on? What's happening? And Miles really isn't. He said he's a film major, but I don't think Miles is 100% with going to college. Let's just start with that. And that's fine. I really think it's okay. I don't think he's very interested in college. I think that because he doesn't really know what he wants to do, because I'm not even convinced that he wants to go into film at this point in time. So as a result, I think he's going through the motions of doing what he thinks he needs to do because his mother is pushing him to do so. Because it's not even Cecil. Well, that's causing problems that's additional problems between Cecil and Simone. Simone is like, we need to get some definitive dates. I need to know plan next steps. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. She's very much about goal setting and attaining those goals because that's the way she moved in life. She found out she wanted to be a doctor at the age of 12, and she's done everything she's supposed to do on time and moved through with all the good grades and did all the good things that she's supposed to do to become a doctor. Cecil was like, look, even though he went to Morehouse as well and all of that, his thing is, it's really no rush. He'll figure it out when he figures it out. And Simone is like, I need you to support me on this because when we talking to the boys together, we're not on the same page. That's causing confusion. We need to be a united front to make our point. But because we can't even come together, I'm a little concerned. And it rightfully so. She got on Cecil for talking to Miles about doing an internship as opposed to going to summer school. And Simone was like, why didn't you come to me with that information? I didn't know you were going to go to Miles with that because I didn't agree to that. I need to know when he's graduating. At this point, I'm not concerned about internships. When is the graduation? So they are on two different pages when it comes to um, moving their sons, especially Miles, towards the next step in their life. Cecil is like, take your time, you'll get them when you get there. Simone is like, I'm not going to keep spending my money on you trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. You need to have a plan. And right now, you don't have one. So I don't know. I'm on Simone's side with this. This taking your time to try to figure out things. Like I said, what she should have said to Miles. This is what she really should have broke it down to, because not everybody wants to go to college. She should have told Miles, "Hey, look, if you don't want to go to college or you don't want to continue with college, that's fine. I'm not going to continue to pay for you if you're going to be wasting my money, because we ain't going to be doing 20 years in college and you changing major after major after major. It's just not going to happen. So if you don't want to go to school, then you're going to have to get a job. Okay? You're going to have to move. You're going to have to get a job and take care of yourself, because I've done what I needed to do and I'm helping you along the way." She needs to break it down like that to him, because right now he feels like he has a safety net and that works for him. There's no rush. And Cecil and her need to really focus on being on the same page. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to get on the same page. So let's get to Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie is with Judy and Debrat. They also had a show this summer that chronicled the pregnancy. It's actually a good show. It's on WeTV. It just goes to the whole process of them, doing the in vitro or whatever. I don't know if it's called in vitro, but going through the process of trying to get pregnant and everything. It really is a good series. Check it out. I think it's about like 10 episodes. Check it out. So Dr. Jackie is telling the brat that, hey, we need to slow down. We want to basically get her blood pressure regulated. Because one of the problems that she had, that if you watch the show, the Brat and Judy show, you will find out that she does have some issues with high blood pressure. Some of that could be stemming from the diet as well. So Dr. Jackie's like, look, we're going to have to get really serious about slowing down and just, spending more time relaxing as opposed to being on the go. And Debrat is like, look, I mean, she said, you want me to stay at home now? Y'all asked me to take off 3 months. And how am I supposed to be making money during that time? Debrat's all about being on the hustle. And Jackie was like, look, you can do TikTok videos at home. But at this particular point in time, we need to make sure that you're able to deliver this baby. We don't want no problems. And she really broke it down, and she explained how Black women, how they are not treated fairly, in the medical scene and all of that. And when it comes to especially pregnancies, how they have a higher mortality rate and all of that. So it was good to hear her speak on that very specifically and getting serious and presenting that to Debrat in a serious manner, because Debrat's like, look, I got to be on the move. I got to make money. I got to do what I got to do. And right now, at this point in time, Dr. Jackie's putting a foot down and like, look, we got to slow all this down, because your health and this baby's health is very important. And you going at this same rate is not working. So I really enjoyed that whole conversation. And Debrat and Judy are funny. They're just pure comedy. They're pure comedy, because Judy gonna tell Dr. Jackie everything that's going on. Whatever, if Debrat decides to go to Wendy's to get a bacon cheeseburger, she gonna report on that. If Debrat's out running around all day, whatever, she's gonna tell Jackie everything. And Debrat gets on her and be like, why are you snitching? Every time we come here, you letting her know all of my business. Yes, because it's for your health and safety. So I like that. So we get a quick scene with I think it was who was it? Dr. Heavenly and her daughter, because they had prom last week. And she just talked to her daughter how it was prom and everything. Look, apparently her daughter rented, her and her friends have rented a room, so they all spent the night at a hotel. And of course, Heavenly wants to know, were the boys there, what was going on? And she was like, it wasn't even, her daughter's like, look, it wasn't that kind of party, So that was a cute little scene. Okay, so what else we got going on? I feel like we saw Toya at home cooking. I think in this episode, yeah, we did see Toya with the boys briefly. Nothing to really say there. So then we get to um, what scene was this? Quad's house. And Phaedra and Heavenly come over to Quad's house. Quad's, getting things together. And I think that Heavenly wanted to clear the air with Quad and get her to understand and take accountability as far as her role and how she moves with this group of ladies. And she also informed Quad that she was uninvited to Sweet Tea's wedding, and Heavenly sat there saying, "I didn't even do anything wrong." Heavenly, it amazes me how you can sit around and speak unkindly or at least not favorable towards someone's wedding at their bridal shower in the company of people that the bride is actually close to. That just didn't make any sense, and not realize that what you're saying is like you don't support this wedding. That's why you were uninvited. You were in mixed company. You were around people that actually support and love and care for Sweet Tea, and you're sitting there going, "Oh, I think they got communication problems. Oh, I think they're moving too fast. Oh, I don't think they're ready for this. Blah blah blah." And then you wondered why you was uninvited. Okay, so Quad's sitting there like, "Oh my, okay, that's doing a lot." And then we get to, again, circling back around to Quad and her pushing away from the group, and how the group is like, "Well, we don't know what to think. She's not around. She don't want to be with us," and all of that. And Quad was like, "Well, they haven't called me." And Heavenly was like, "Okay." And then Quad was also upset with Heavenly about taking pictures and being all friendly with Sweet Tea. And Heavenly apologized. She said, "You know what? I didn't realize it was going to be that big of a deal, that you were going to be hurt by it. So I can apologize for my part in that. I can see you on that. So I can apologize for that." Then, Heavenly was expecting Quad to apologize about her role in the group, and how Quad only comes around really when it's in favor of her. Otherwise, she disappears for months on the time. And Quad just can't really understand how she's not the victim in this situation, but she is a professional victim. I mean, she's looking around. They don't check on me. They don't call me. They don't text me, this and that. Quad, you can't be that. Well, no, you can be. This is a case of lack of self-awareness. And I thought Heavenly was really bad. But I'm beginning to think that Quad is even worse than Heavenly. Because sometimes, like I said, Heavenly sit up there and talking negatively about Sweet Tea getting married and not understanding why that was a problem. And then Quad sitting up saying, "I don't understand how come no one calls me, no one checks on me," and all of that. And I'm like, girl, it goes both ways. And then let us not forget, what was it, a couple of seasons ago when she was on Sister Circle, and how she felt like the girls on Sister Circle were her true friends. They ain't forgot that. So Quad is just not looking at the situation and seeing how she never takes accountability. And that is what Heavenly was letting her know. She said, "You don't take accountability for your own actions. And I need you to well, that's the popcorn Kelly Black. But but anyway, she was definitely, telling Quad about herself. And Quad, she gave this, okay, I can receive that, but she really didn't. Because when we see her at this revival, whatever the case may be, resurrection, you can tell she was not there. She was not featuring that. So let's get to that part, which was the part that I really did not like at all. So Phaedra takes it upon herself. She's going to showcase this event. Ladies don't know what's going on. She got her butler, and I'm doing air quotes, going around delivering this invitation, and it's on a church fan. Remember the paper church fans? The invitation is on this church fan, and it's not giving them detail. It's just letting them know they're going to this resurrection situation. And they don't understand. They have to wear all black. They don't know where they're going. It's a vague invite. And the only person that didn't get an invite was Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea did not get invited. So everybody's wondering, like, what the heck is really going on here? And it was all, you know how Phaedra is. She said, I love the awe of mystery and surprise and this and that. All right. Um, Getting back over to Toya's house. Toya decides to invite Sweet Tea and who was with her? I think it was Dr. Simone was over there. I think it was Sweet Tea and Dr. Simone. And Toya really wanted um to, she had these people coming in doing these vitamin B12 shots because Sweet Tea was lacking energy. She's been really stressed and all of that stuff. So Sweet Tea and them come over, they having dinner and they're talking, and Sweet Tea just saying, look, she did not have sex on her honeymoon until the third day because she started her cycle. She said, I think it has something to do with maybe I was stressed out. And, they're talking about that because Simone was like, the first time she said it, Simone just kind of looked at her and then she brought it back up. She said, girl, what's really happening here? And she was like, well, I didn't even think I was going to come on my cycle because I had just gotten off of it. And Simone is telling her, said, that needs to be checked out because you're having irregular cycles. You are trying to get pregnant. There's definitely something else going on here. We need to really look into that. That's a very serious matter. And she's always drained. She's so stressed. I don't know what else she's stressed about, but she said that she was really tired. Although the honeymoon was nice, it was cool, but I don't think it was all that it cracked up to be honest. She just didn't seem overly excited. So when they go in the other room to do the vitamin shots or the IV bags, they, talk about this. Well, Toya talks about the invite to this event from Phaedra. And Sweet Tea says, well, I didn't even get one. And she was like, oh, well, they don't go ahead and invite Sweet Tea anyway, because even though she didn't get one. Now, why she didn't get one, I don't know. I really don't know why she wasn't. Is it because I don't know. I really don't know why she wasn't invited. That was never clearly stated. But she ends up going anyway. She rode with, I think, Simone and Toya. Toya is nonetheless not happy about seeing Quad, knowing Quad's going to be there. She's just not for it. All right, so ladies pull up. They figure out, they see they're at Willy Wonka's funeral home. They're like, what the heck is this? That's really eerie. And I wouldn't have went in there. But they all went in. They sitting in the area, in the pews and all of that. Here comes Phaedra with her, the I guess the organ playing and all of that, and she's giving a speech about a phoenix and it's rising, and her theatrics. She's giving this little speech, and then here comes some guys. They're marching in. It's kind of give you like this New Orleans type of flavor. They come in with a coffin. And lo and behold, it is Quad in the coffin. Here she comes out, and she's in all white because she has been resurrected. And she talks about herself, and and she's pointing out each person about trying to bury the hatchet and moving forward and letting go of the past. And girl, it just fell on deaf ears, and it didn't even work because. At one point, because Phaedra even pointed out, she said, I see Sweet Tea is here. You were not invited. I'm like, oh, wow. maybe I guess Sweet Tea wasn't invited because I guess the way that she handled Quad's situation, I think maybe Phaedra might have felt some kind of way because I didn't understand why, okay. So she did make a very loud point. Well, I shouldn't say loud, but she made it very known that you were not invited, but you're here nonetheless. It is what it is. Then we get Sweet Tea and Heavenly all getting into it. And, Heavenly's like, I don't even understand what I did wrong. I don't know what's going on. Heavenly, please. And so Sweet Tea's trying to let them know, like, girl, I don't even know why you sitting there want to be my friend. You're not trying to be my friend. You wish negative on my marriage. And she's explaining, like, girl, that's why you were uninvited. And I think someone had asked her, why didn't you even, this during the car right there, why didn't you even call Heavenly to let her know that she was uninvited? She's like, I don't owe her that. Like, whatever. She'll find out when she get there. I'm like, that was kind of silly, but okay, whatever. So then Sweet Tea talks about, I don't know how you talk about marriages when you talking about how you went upside Dr. Damon's head with a frying pan. Girl, where'd you get that from? Sweet Tea, where did you get that from? That Heavenly says she went upside his head with a frying pan. Are you serious? Girl, at that point, Heavenly said, oh, hold on. Now she ready to fight. She said, "Oh, now she's ready to jump on Sweet Tea." It was a mess. They stopped. Have Quad's trying to talk to Toya, and Toya's not here for her. She was like, "Girl, I don't even care about this situation. You spoke negatively on me. I'm not here for you. We just not going to move in a good direction. Period. That's it. I'm not playing the phony role. I'm not good. I'm not over it." Quad was like, "Okay, you don't have to be next. Moving on." They went downstairs for the dinner, and they got Quad and Toya sitting together. They almost went to blows because Quad had her hand in Toya's face. Toya moved it out of her face. Quad told her, "Don't you put your hands on me." It had to break it up because it was about to be physical. I said, "Oh, Jesus." So the Toya back and forth and all of that, it is what it is, right? There's no resolve there. The whole night was a bust. I mean, the dinner, they got nowhere real fast. And Quad still saying, "Well, maybe we need to get together again because I still have things to say." And Jackie said, "You do?" I don't know what else is different. Here's the thing: what I'm thinking. Quad realizes that she's really getting like people like we can just move on without her. Like we don't need her in the group. And Quad is trying to I don't know what she's trying to make herself to be important to the group. And granted, we're on episode 5. We have been discussing Quad and Sweet Tea quite a bit. So, but at some point, these because I think Simone even asked Quad, "Do you think we're on your same level? I mean, how do you even look at us? Like, what do you think about us?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I do." And you know what? Quad is very traumatic. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I don't know. It was a lot, and we'll see what happens because they're supposed to be going to Napa Valley. I think next episode. Child, we'll see how that works out. We'll see. But that's all I got. Talk to you guys later. Peace.